Hi, my name is Daniel Richards. I did the service project for my friend's chicken coop. He recently had a chicken killed in a dog attack from neighbor's dog. It was able to find a weak spot in the opening of the chicken coop in between where the coop met the run, and one of the chickens was killed because of that. My project was mainly to help the chickens and be able to save them from any more attacks in the future. About a month ago, my friend lost one of his chickens to an attack from the neighbor's dog. It did find an opening in between where the coop met the run. There's a small dog kennel that is like an entrance to the run from the coop. It was not held together in one of the ends, and the dog was able to move it closer by pulling on it and sticking its head in and being able to grab one of the chickens. My objective was to reinforce the chicken closure at its weak points, and be able to make it stronger so that way there would be no more attacks from animals, and the chickens would be able to be safe from then on. We were currently the dog kennel is not held on where it meets the chicken coop, and only attached on the run side. So I was going to put a door on the chicken coop itself, so that way the chicken coop itself, when chickens are in there, it is held off and it's sturdy, and that way they can't get in at night, which is most likely when wild animals would be attacking. And then I would be putting wooden support beams on the sides, each side of the dog kennel, so that way it cannot be pushed or pulled from one side or the other, making an opening that would allow larger animals or even smaller animals to be able to get in and attack the chickens. Our plan was in the first week to be able to gather materials and make sure everybody's good to go and they can help and make sure who can and cannot help. The second week was going to be the main week to work on the coop, and then the third week would be the week to work on anything else that hasn't been finished yet, just in case of any weather or just not enough time due to people's work or something like that, and just making sure we have an extra week that we can use to make sure it gets done on time. My contingency plan was, if we needed more manpower other than just me, my friend, and my wife, my dad and sister both offered that they would help if needed. For the weather, my friend has a barn right next to the chicken coop that we could go into if it started raining or the weather got really bad and we couldn't continue the work outside. And there it would be a lot more easier to at least do the prep work there, and then once we had everything done, we could then go back out and on a better day or better weather time and finish the rest of it. We were able to accomplish it, the project, by putting wooden beams in there and putting the sliding door on there. It did go pretty smoothly. My friend did have to leave on a business trip, and he was not able to help for most of it, but we were able to work around that by my dad being able to help. It was in Flagstaff, and other than the few days of delays, we were able to get everything done. We did this mainly for my friend's chickens, so that way they could be able to be safe and not be able to not feel threatened by animals outside, or worrying about being killed. That way their egg production is better, since my friend does rely on their eggs for food, not just Not just the eggs, but he does. He usually uses them to cook his meals in the morning and for him and his family. Um, it did go as planned, other than my friend having to leave. My dad was more than willing to step in and help me and my wife. I feel it went smoothly. Everybody knew each other, so it did go really smoothly because of that, and it was really effective. I rarely had to communicate. I just needed to make sure everybody knew what they were doing, and after everybody knew what they were doing, it went really well. And I made sure that everybody, if they needed help on anything or didn't know exactly how to do one or two things, I was there to help them and make sure they knew what they're doing and if they needed help. I wouldn't really change anything. The weather was mostly good, other than a few like windy days and I think one rainy day. Everything else went well. My wife said that she was really happy to help though, since she feels the chickens will be safer and happier. These are some pictures. My wife is on the right, and then you can see the chickens there with her, trying to figure out what she's doing. And then on the left is my dad. He's measuring the opening to see the size of the board that we would need for the door. And in the middle is just what it looked like before with the tarp that we had over it to try to help keep animals out in the meantime. And then these are before pictures. You can see where there's nothing really attaching the dog crate to the chicken coop. That's red, and it can be pushed and pulled either way, depending on which way the animals want to move it and be able to get in. And these are the after pictures. You can see the crate there, or not the you can see the door on its sliding hinge. That we put in so that way the door cannot be moved in most directions other than just one way, really, or two ways. That way it's sturdier and it's harder for animals to get in. And then you can see the support beam right there. I put one on each side, and I put it about 6 inches into the ground, so that way the crate itself cannot be pushed or pulled in any direction, and animals can't really get in. That's all I have, and it was really fun to be able to work with everybody, and get this done. It really made me feel like it was knowing we did something good, and that the chickens would be safer and stuff. It was really nice to see that.